So then, we're in DCS again, and we're going to look at the super carrier, right? And I'm just going to look in the options actually, because the audio. Is it that one? Give me a minute. It'll load up again. Why does it have to reload the game just because I've ticked a bloody checkbox? Anyway. Anyhow. So yeah, so it's what when I was tabbing out to talk on Discord, I noticed that that it was muting the old DCS. So now if I tab out, yeah, that's better. Right, so hopefully everyone, we're streaming and we're on YouTube and we're on Twitch. Hopefully, it's going to be a pretty quick one actually tonight. I'm going to do some. First of all, I'm going to show you the super carrier, right? Because that is pretty impressive. And then I'm going to maybe do some FA18 training. So we'll do the super carrier a bit first. I've created a mission, right? There's a few things that I wanted to. I'll show you the mission that I've created actually. Just need to move the keyboard a little bit closer. So yeah, so what I wanted, I just wanted to start on the super carrier. I sometimes do some multiplayers with Lewis and Rob, and Rob hasn't got the carrier, but Lewis has. And I wanted to set up just a bit of a free roam mission where we can just add stuff in and try stuff out. But as a baseline, I wanted the carrier right by the coast. I'm just doing a bit of a loop, right? And also, I wanted to practice how to follow waypoints and how to use the TACAN. So I wanted to do that as well. So I've set up a bit of a starter for 6 mission. And I've just realised that it is loading. Just realised I've got a little bit of wine on the go. I've also been tweaking my my head tracking because it was playing up last time. It weren't turning as far as I wanted it to turn. But I think I've sorted that now. And I think I'm actually going to update that for my P3D and things as well, because it did make a big difference. So if I zoom out. It's a Persian Gulf map, right? So there we got the kind of like Dubai and all that. There's Dubai. But what we've got is we've got our carrier basically doing a big square, right? How come you can't see my cursor? Damn you! Capture the cursor, man. There we go. Capture the cursor. There we go. So we've got a big square where it's just going to do some laps. I didn't want it stationary, so I could have had it just stationary, but I wanted to do some laps just because of the whole TACAN and just having a bit of a look, and also landing, it makes it a bit more difficult. If we zoom in as well, what we have normally on a carrier fleet, you've kind of got like a couple of destroyers and a couple of like what do you call it, like other ships that will protect your carrier. If we actually zoom in, if I just stay about there, what I've actually got is a helicopter, and that's going to basically shadow the carrier. Now the speed of that is a bit iffy, so I reckon by the second lap that helicopter's going to be hovering around somewhere else. But initially when you load up, you've got this nice helicopter, which is pretty cool. If we zoom into the super carrier, what we've actually got is we've got a couple of planes. I think I wanted to see what would happen. I was playing around with the AI and just wanted it to do a takeoff, go round in like a big like circuit, and then land again. And I just wanted to see what it did. And yeah, so I don't really need that one anymore. I've also put in a couple of statics, and I've also got a little plane. I've got a plane for me, which is my number, and underneath this one, if I click that one again, Lewis will be there as well. So I've got his plane all set up ready, and that's what we're going to do. Now I've only got, for the squad, I've just got 2 waypoints. First waypoint is just above the ship, or next to the ship there, and also I've got one that takes us over Parbjihal Alley, right? And I can show you about waypoints, a little bit about waypoints. It's still pretty new to me, but a little bit of waypoints. I've also set up a TACAN on the ship, and there's one thing that I might not get time to check. It depends whether the ship goes past this point. Because what I might do is add a waypoint, say there. Oop. Man, where did it go? Where did I go? It's that one. I'm sure it was that one. And what we do is we click that, and then click add. We'll just stick one over here, right? I'll show you the reason why I'm doing that in a minute. But so yeah, and then there's a bit of a bug actually for, on the carriers. There used to be. I don't know if they've fixed it because obviously I'm pretty new to this. But I've watched a YouTube video on how to set up a TACAN on a carrier, and there's lots of triggers and stuff that you need to set up. But apparently, when it went past the first waypoint, it would lose the TACAN, so you'd have to set it up a different way. Now I've not done that, so it'd be interesting to see if they've fixed that issue. And I put a waypoint there because if we go and give a little bit of a whiz around, I kind of want to know if the ship has gone past that point, and that should be pretty easy to see. So that's the quick mission that we've done. So let's have a look in the supercarrier. Now you can add. I was watching a YouTube video earlier on, and it kind of did the static objects and stuff for you, which I might end up using. So it's a bit bare at the minute. There's a few planes on there, but it's a bit bare, and I probably will end up using it. But for now, let's load into the carrier. And the TACAN for the carrier is X71. Boom, 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 boom. It's that music, man. And if it's a little bit quiet or a little bit too loud, I've been tweaking the volumes a little bit too. So I don't know what I'm going there for. Right then. Oops, it's cocked up again. There we go. Right, so we've got mine and Lewis's number. Unfortunately, you don't get the pilot name. You just got roll. But it's just like a multiplayer mission. You can select a slot, and because there's only going to be me and Lewis, I basically select my number 13. Lewis is 35, and we'll press OK on that. And the detail on these carriers is just amazing. It's so cool. It really is. Right, so we're gonna fly. I'm just gonna. Oh, this is weird. I'm just gonna straighten my head tracking software. If it will work. There we go. Right. So, as you can see, there we've got some people in front of us, and they do move We've got the catapults on this side, and we've got the AI plane that's just right next to me as well. And he's going to start up a lot faster than me as well. So he's looking around at the minute, just making sure that it's clear. We've got some statics. We've got a helicopter over there. We've got a few static workers on the ship. As I say, I'm going to copy someone else's because it's a bit bare. Just on the outside there, we've got some more statics. Right. So first things first. Let's because it doesn't know that we're starting on a carrier. You need to change that to 80, right? Which is 80 feet. You need to make sure that that's uncaged. You also need to. I'm sure that needs to be fully up. And that's pretty much everything. I mean, everything's already done for you. You've just got to make sure that that's on bypass field or carrier and we're on carrier. We've got landing lights, but it's bright enough, so we won't put that on. Flaps are on half, and the anti-skid on a carrier is off. We don't have anti-skid on there. So yeah, everything's on, everything's ready. We've got the wings folded, as you can see there. Oh, he's just about to take off. Look, we've got wings folded, and yeah, so we can start taxiing. We've already got the canopy down. We've already got the INS lined up. The only other thing that's probably worth doing actually is, as I say, the ship's got a TACAN, and we're moving at 28 knots at the minute. So what you can do is you can press TACAN, transmit and receive. We're on X-ray because we've got Y as well. You just click that button there. And then we've got X-ray 71, so we've got to put 71 in here, press enter, and then you've got to turn it on. So you just click and hold that. Oh, come on. So that means we're going to receive the TACAN, but
infield 1, airborne.
There's nothing. Oh, he's took off. There we go. Look, it's took off already. Look, good detail in that. It's pretty cool. But we can't see it on our HUD. So what we do is you go down to here, into support. And we can go HSR, which is actually that screen in the middle there. Ooh, that screen in the middle there.
Infield 1,
but you can kind of put it up there. And he reports all sorts, which is a bit annoying. But and what you can do, you can press TACAN. Now, because we're on the ship, it's 0.1, right? The only other thing that I'm not too sure about is this whole -20, right? Now that's normally because of the
infield 1, passing waypoint 3 at 1,000.
It's normally because of the air pressure. And we are at sea level, so I don't know why. I'd like to know this actually. So the briefing, the QNH is 2992, but that doesn't make sense because here we go. This is why. So even though the weather is that, how is that QFE? Okay, so QFE is that 31.3. Let's put in the QFE instead. 31.3 now. Might have to zoom in because no we don't. No we don't. 30. Have I paused this or something? Oh, I did this before. There we go. So actually, if we go 31.3, that'll do. So that looks about right, 70 feet, because you know we're on the deck of a ship, so that looks about right. Just going to turn that on as well. Put on standby. Okay. Right, so we should be able to just go and taxi. So we've got the TACAN. Now the other thing we can do is we can go waypoint, right? And down here you've got your waypoint number. So if you remember, the first one is out towards the ship that's in front of us, right? Actually, it's that ship, I think. No, actually, no, it should just be that ship, sorry. And then the second one was over to the coast. I can't remember where it's over that way, I think. As a matter of fact, I know it's over there because this arrow here, if I just change it back to 1, the arrow will point to the waypoint, right? And then number 3 would be that far corner, where and number 4 would be, well, I don't think I had number 4 actually, so let's head over to number 2, and then we'll do a bit of a flight, and then we'll go back to number 3 and see whether we can stick on the TACAN, and then that will basically show us how far away the ships come.
Infield 1, passing waypoint 5 at 500.
Now this guy is actually going to come and land. There was 5 waypoints. I'm just thinking 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. He should be landing pretty soon. But we're going to take off, so stuff that. We've got time for that. Right, so parking brake. Now, I think the brake's off, right? Because it's on when it's turned and pulled, I'm sure. So if I just push that now, push the throttles a little bit, we can't move because we've got the parking brake on, so that's good. Okay, so let's just turn that off. So we're gonna go on a move. So this is the plane. I don't really like that plane actually. I need to swap the. I do need to swap that out. Give me a second, because I honestly don't really like that one. Whoops. Did the wrong one. Look. Did the wrong one. F8. And we want F1 because we want delivery. I don't want gladiators. I want one of the high visibility ones because they're pretty cool. Werewolves, they're quite good. Yeah, let's do the werewolf one. I like that one.
Request refueling.
See?
Request rearming. Copy.
They've only gone and refueled me as well. They're going to refuel me. I didn't want that. I just wanted to change the bloody livery. Anyway, so VMFA 122. Yeah, there we go. Is that plane coming to land yet? I don't think he has. So what you can do, you can press ATC and you can go the Theodore Roosevelt, which is F1. And I've already started up, so
013. Request startup. 013. Clear for startup. Wind 226. Rearming complete.
well, the arming's complete, but I'm hoping it hasn't messed up with my rockets and stuff. But and it's just saying departure ship ready to take off, so we can start our taxi. I'm kind of waiting for that plane, but he ain't coming in. Right then. I'm not sure whether they've finished refueling me or not. That would be good if you could have like a refueling truck, you know, put there as well. So we'll go to catapult 1, just like the other guy did. Do you know what? Let's just go. We can do this. I don't know what the beeping was all about, because oh, my wings are unfolded, but we'll do that in a minute. So what you got to do kind of come in like that. See how now this guy, can you see how he just stuck his arms out? So that means we need to do the wings and have a drink of wine while we do the wings. Nice, and we're locked, right? And now what he's saying is we've got to go left, right? Pretty obvious, really, but right. Then he wants us to go. Oh, sorry, right. Sorry, and then he wants to go left. Right? I'm a little bit off, but oh, we've just got to stop there. He puts his hand up, and we stop. This little guy, this one in the green, he goes and if I'll just hold on the F. So this little guy, he goes to the front, and he wants us to basically the arm above the wheel, the front wheel, drop that and then hook it up. He's the guy that's going to hook that up, right? So as you can see, this guy here, oh, he's gone round again. This guy here is wanting us to drop that arm. So we do that, right? So we've dropped the arm, and then what he's going to do is this guy hooks us up to the tension, and then the other guy is telling us move forward, right? But because we can't see him out the window, we're going to look at this guy, and he's saying move forward, right? So we've got to move forward, and it goes stiff, but then it's just getting that latch over, and then once it's gone over, you then put the brakes on. Right. So he's done that now. He's hooked it all up, and it actually looks really cool when it's all hooked up. Yeah, it's pretty neat. The ship's going all over the shop, that's why the camera moves. But and then he's there going, you're ready to rock and roll. Now I know why, actually thinking about it, I know why my warning light was coming on. It's because my trim wasn't at 16. It is now. HSI. Right. So he's saying, rev it up, baby. Right. He should have said retract the arm like that, which he would have, but he's gone full on rev it up, and then once you revved up and we're checking the stats, we're happy to go. We can do a salute, and what it's just a shortcut key, a salute. Yep, you are ready. We're clear. Go, and off we go. Ciao for now. Gears up, flaps up, and then we'll just keep it nice and slow. Right, so we're going to go to our waypoint 2, and we're just going to have a little bit of a flight. There's the other guy. So just leaving that carrier now. So on this mission as well, I've got dynamic weather. So so the weather can change. I hope it doesn't, but it can. And obviously with the wind and things, you know. So we'll stay at 1,500 feet. We'll try and trim down a bit. What make our life a lot easier? We put the autopilot on and put the altitude hold. We can also press, say if we want to go a little bit faster, and we get to a good speed, you can use the auto throttle, which is something else that I was looking at. So say we wanted to go 300 knots. Or thereabouts. So you can press the key T, and that'll keep, I think I hit it at 301 then, but yeah. And that auto throttle then will control the throttles. So we don't have to touch the throttles. We've got altitude hold. And what we have got is we can roll. So we do actually need to turn just to the left. So we're actually looking to line up that arrow to go to number 2. And this will tell you the distance from 2 as well, so 10 nautical miles, I believe. And because the throttles are being done auto, and the altitude hold's being done, you got to be a bit gentle with the things. But yeah, and that's it. Whoops, I need to recenter myself then. So I actually watched the AI land on the carrier once, and I have got the flaps up. I'm sure I had the flaps up anyway, but yeah. And I watched him land on the carrier, and that was quite good. He got cable 4, wire 4, sorry. So here we go. We're just round by Dubai now. So yeah. So what we'll do, we'll turn off the old auto throttle, turn off the altitude hold. Now the throttle hold doesn't do. I didn't mean to do that. Oh man, click weapons, didn't I? Didn't mean to do that. That's because I'm weapons hot. Just stick it to guns for now. There we go. So we've gone over waypoint 2, so we're just gonna have a little flap around here. Look, it's pretty cool. Over the docks. We're going proper fast as well. We'll go a bit higher. See, what I could have done is looked at the time that the carrier was going to get to that bottom corner, because on here we've actually got the time, and then what I could have done is just timed it so that it's just gone round that first waypoint. We're just keeping Dubai nice and safe. This is what we're doing. Making sure no one's in their airspace. So we can't see the ship anymore. Well, we might be able to in the distance, but that's why if I go to TACAN, we're actually 28.5 nautical miles away from the ship. And actually, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. I think it's going to take too long for the ship to get to that first waypoint.
Altitude.
What are you shouting about altitude for when I'm bloody miles away? I'm like 4,600 feet up in the air. Morning. Good evening, Phil. Hope you are well. You've got DCS, haven't you, Phil? So I've been looking at one of my cousins, actually. I've got a message from my cousin, actually. So one of my cousins has asked me to install Call of Duty Warzone. It's not my cup of tea entirely, but it's a bit of fun, and he wanted to do some multiplayer, so I said okay. And with the lockdown stuff, you know, I'm not too sure. I thought I'd help him out and give it a go. So I downloaded it and I had a few quick goes. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stream probably until about 8 o'clock ish, I think. If I can, I might do a couple of lessons, and then what I'm going to do is I might try and set up the stream. I might try and set up the stream to for COD. Right, so I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is Dubai Airport. So what we're going to do is just going to do a bit of a pass over Dubai Airport. We've got our guns active, and I'm not sure how do you deactivate. I mean, I know how we activate it, but how do we get them off the hood? You know, it's got to be in TAC. It's got to be in TAC. No, I don't know. I don't know how we get that off there, but we've got guns in safety at the minute, but let's just stick hood on there again. Right, so oh hello. Yeah, so that's Dubai behind us, and what we can do is just do a bit of a low pass round. You can still see it. It's quite hard to see this. Have I not gone all the way around yet? No. I was looking out the window, I've not gone all the way around. So we'll just do a bit of a low pass, and then what we'll do is we'll change the waypoint to waypoint 3. I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll do the TACAN. I've actually been. Do you know what's really funny? I've actually been to Dubai Airport. I went on my honeymoon to Mauritius. We didn't go back. We didn't leave and go into Dubai. But what we did do is we ended up in the big terminal, and it's bloody massive. Just checking up on you kids. Just checking up on you folks. Look at that. It's so cool. Now I think it was moaning at that altitude there. Oh, we got some static aircraft there as well. Let's get back up then. Right, so TACAN. So we're actually tracking, and the arrow is pointing over that way. So we're 37. So we're going to get closer now because we're going to catch this, catch the boat up. I don't know how to disable guns. Is it just do it again? No. They're my sidewinders, and when you get tone, you can shoot them off. It's pretty cool. I can't remember what this one is. Loft, but 7M. But I've not done these, and this is the thing. So the one thing I want to look at is doing the lessons for the weapons, right? So I've done the guns lesson, and I've also done the sidewinders. And I want to have a look at the others. I want to see what the others are like. Another little ship there. Ciao for now. Right, let's go find our ship. Let's do an autopilot. Let's do the altitude hold again. And let's hold the speed at 466 as well. So it's fun of it. We've still got to go to the left. So that potentially is our ship just there. We can attempt a landing, but I'm no good at landing. So let's have a look. So we're looking for the 3th F7 inbound.
Marshall 013, marking mops 08026, Angels 2, state 14.5.
013, Mother's weather is visibility 10 bus mile. Clear. Altimeter is 3014. Case 1 recovery expected BRC 244. Report see me at 10.
3014. Okay. Reporting scene at 10. Actually, that's saying my waypoint 2. Damn it. Which one was the TACAN? It was the outside one. I was following waypoint 2's freaking arrow. So, yeah. We wanted the TACAN, and that's actually this one, I believe. And I can prove that by pressing waypoint. Or maybe not. Just put TACAN in there. We'll just follow that. I bet you any money it is. So, yeah, I can see the ship, I believe. We've got to just report in 10. I'm slowing down as well. Not too much, but slowing down. Let's just keep the ATC on there. It'll work. The autopilot's disconnected itself as well, which we can just kick around at 2,000 feet. Right, so I think we can see the ship just ahead. And what we'll do is we'll report that when we get to 10. If I exit out of that and press it again, yeah. I love the water. The water's just wicked. Just spend a couple of seconds. I'm just gonna. Oh, let me just click that. Sorry. Right, just gonna send a message to my mate. Right then, so what we'll do now is we will actually go turn off the ATC, so I've got control now. We'll also send a comms to ship.
013, see you at 10.
So we've got the ship at the back.
Update state, switch down.
013, state 14.1.
So I think that just means we're going to land. Right, so we're not going to do the normal approach. So what we are going to do is we are going to. I wonder if I press AA. No. We'll keep it at this altitude. We'll slow it down a bit though. Oh, he's just landed. The AI has just landed on wire 4. He's only just caught the wire. That's going to be me though. Right, so I'm wondering why my head's not moving. We can put gears down. We can do full flaps. And we can deploy the hook. Because we're going to go in straight in. Right, we want to kind of capture the E bracket in level. And this is really difficult. Because you want to use your trim. Oh, needs a bit more juice. Yeah, you need a lot more juice. Right. Now we're actually in a good position there. So what we're going to do is I think we did all full flaps anyway, which we did. So now we can start just going in towards the ship. You've got to correct with a bit more throttle while we turn. Then once you've turned and you're kind of facing the ship, it should even itself out again. There you go. Trim up, trim down. Trim up, trim down all over the shop. Trim up and then basically just throttle down a touch. And now we use our throttle to kind of lower the plane, so we don't touch the stick other than steering the stick. We've got not enough juice, so we've just got to just trim down a touch. That's it. Now I've got to say, I am absolutely rubbish at landing. Because the throttles to me just feel a bit too sensitive. So the slightest movement and it just kills you. Like at the minute I've got too much throttle.
Tower 013. Overhead Angels 1. State 13.5.
Right.
013. Tower, roger. BRC 244.
So we've got a solid green.
013.
Now we're too far to the left now, so we did have a complete and utter green. There we go. Now we're going to be too low if I keep that, so let's keep it like that for a minute. Now what will happen is we're going to get a ball, and that ball too far to the left again. That ball is basically the angle of attack and where we need to be. And it's not come up, but it should have come up. No, too far to the left. Too low. Too low. No, too high. Right, we're gonna have to go around, people. Oh, I just touched the end of the ship there. Anyway, I missed it, but actually, let me see. Let me see how far waypoint 3 is. So that's 8 yeah, it's 8 miles, 8 nautical miles, so it's still for the yeah, it's very difficult, Phil. Yeah. It's good when you do it. It's so satisfying when you actually do it, but doing it is difficult. And so let's quit out of this. So we've had a good time doing that. Let's close that. So let's do. How long's it been? Yeah, let's do a little bit of training for the FA18. Let me just read my message. Right. So what we have, I've done quite a few of these. I haven't done all of them, but I've done waypoint navigation. I've done TACAN. I've done some taking off. I've done a cold start, but that only cuts out quite a lot actually in that tutorial. I've done a VFR straighting. I haven't done. I've attempted the overhead pattern landing, but I'll just give up on it in the end. I'll come back to that one. I've not done instrument. I've done the carrier takeoff and the carrier class 1 case 1 landing. I've done the guns, the sidewinders. Now this one. Let's try and do. Yeah. So let's do this one. So this allows to guide the target. Let's put okay, so see, Sidewinder and your AMRAM are pretty similar. Let's do that. Let's do that one. And you have to listen to all the garbage that it talks, because it's trying to teach you what to do. And you don't remember half of it anyway. It takes a lot of time. You have to do the lessons multiple times. Oh. It's warm in my room today. It's very warm. Yeah, so the carrier landing, normally, what you'd get is you go past the carrier at say like 3,000 feet, and then you'll turn and then descend, and you'll do another swivel, and then you'll be going downwind. And as you go downwind, you get your E bracket level with your thing. I can't remember what it's called now, but yeah. So it's level on the downwind. Now, when I just did that landing, because I was kind of coming in on a straight in approach, I had to get that done before I was close enough to land. So it's a bit more difficult than that. So here we go. We've got some badass weapons, right? I'm not going to read all this. Shoot down a drone aircraft with some of these. Okay. So the threat is a MiG. Cool. We don't need to worry about too much.
We'll explore employment of the Advanced Medium Range Air-to-Air Missile, or AMRAAM. The AMRAAM replaced the older AIM-7 Sparrow with improved range, guidance, weight, and an embedded radar seeker in the nose cone. This allows the AMRAAM to guide on target without support from the host aircraft as the missile closes with the target. This in turn allows the launch aircraft to maneuver without loss of missile guidance to the target. The AMRAM can be cued to targets with the Hornet's radar, or it can be launched at a close range just using the missile's seeker.
Nice.
Deliveries of the AIM-120B began in 1994 and replaced the AIM-120A. The AIM-120C was fielded in 1996 and has clipped wings to support internal storage, improved target detection, and greater range. As with all air-to-air missiles, engagement range is highly dependent on engagement aspect, launch altitude, and launch speed. You will see much greater launch distances at 30,000 feet on a closing target than 5,000 feet on a receding target. I currently have the lesson paused. To select the AMRAM, press right on the weapon select switch, or press left shift and D.
And I always let the guy finish because sometimes it doesn't pick up your control. I'm sure that was my AMRAM. Maybe it isn't. That's guns. That's my Sidewinder.
Let's first take a look at the AMRAM format
Okay.
page on the left DDI.
It was actually
In the
up.
top left corner of the DDI, at push button 6, is the size selection.
Oh.
By pressing on the push button, you have selections to set weapon fusing size to small, medium, and large sized targets. We'll be shooting down some drone MiG-29s, so select small.
Small.
To the right of the size selection is the radar cross-section, or RCS selection.
RCS, look.
Upon pressing this push button, you have options to set the expected radar cross-section of the target between small, medium, and large. Go ahead and set it to small. Along the right side of the DDI at push button 13 is the step push button. Successive presses cycle the selected AIM-120 stations. You can see AIM-120 loading on the wing form with AB for AIM-120B and AC for AIM-120C. The selected rail stations include the SEL indicator and dual rail stations with indications for right and left rail on the station. Press spacebar to continue.
Okay.
When we selected the AIM-120, we also set the radar on the right DDI to the AIM-120 default settings. These include a range scale of 40 miles, a 2-bar scan, an azimuth of 140 degrees, and an interleaved PRF. Let's keep these as is. Press spacebar to continue.
But what did that left-hand button do? What did that one do? It didn't do anything. You said it did stuff, but it doesn't do anything. Damn it. Anyway.
The large dashed circle is the most obvious indication of AMRAM selection. This indicates the seeker field of view if launched with no radar lock first.
Nice.
This is termed Mad Dog launch, and the AMRAM will lock on to intercept the first target it detects within the dashed reticle area out to 10 miles. Below the dashed reticle is the designation for the selected weapon, AB for AIM-120B and AC for AIM-120C. Below that is a visual indication, meaning there is no radar lock, and if launched now, the missile would be in Mad Dog mode.
Mad
Press
Dog.
spacebar and I'll add some drone targets.
Oh, okay.
On the right DDI radar page, we see a target, or called a hit, on the radar.
Is that there?
Let's lock it up by moving the Throttle Designator Controller, or TDC, over it and locking it up. We do this by using the TDC switch on the throttle, or by pressing period, comma, backslash, and semicolon to screw it. Once the two vertical bars of the TDC are over the hit, press down on the TDC switch,
So
or press the enter button. Once the target is locked, press spacebar to continue.
Oh, whoops. No. Don't do that. Why is it coming up with that for? But how can I go right if it doesn't do it? Oh, there we go. And now that's taking like a million screenshots as well, because that just happens to be my screenshot bloody designator as well. Oh, I changed it to the... Okay, so what am I doing? Once the two vertical bars of the TDC are over the hit, press down on the TDC switch or press enter button. Is that? Okay, so that's got to be that. And press enter. Look at that. We've locked target.
With the target locked up, some new information is now available on the HUD. On the HUD is a large, solid circle that acts as both the AIM-120 allowable steering error circle and as the normalized in-range display or nerd circle. Fly to keep the small steering dot inside the circle to give the missile the best chance of reaching the target. Along the outside of the circle are 3 triangle nerd indications. The one at 6 o'clock position is the missile maximum range, also called Rmax. Counterclockwise from it is the no escape range, also called Rne. When target range is within Rne, the target could change course and the missile would still have the energy to reach the target. The third indication, near the 2 o'clock position of the nerd circle, is the missile minimum range, called Rmin. The line inscribing the circle indicates target range, and you want this between Rmax and Rmin to launch the missile. Also on the HUD is a box or diamond that indicates the line of sight to the locked target. A box indicates a friendly target, and a diamond indicates it as a hostile. If you see a large X across the HUD and radar display, your range to the target is less than the minimum range indication. When the target is between Rmax and Rmin, the steering dot is inside the ASE circle,
That's so cool.
and weapon is armed, the shoot cue will appear and you can launch the missile by pulling the trigger on the stick or by pressing the spacebar. When between Rne and Rmin, the shoot indication
That's
will
going to be so
flash.
cool.
Press spacebar to continue.
Oh yes, here we go.
Along the right side of the HUD are 3 lines of information. The top line is an indication of closure velocity, V sub c, and below that is target range in miles. Further down on the right side of the HUD is the timer field. When the locked target is outside the range of the AIM-120 radar seeker, the value will display the time from missile launch at which the AMRAAM seeker will turn on and hunt down the target. This is shown as the time in seconds and then ACT. Once the range of the seeker in the AMRAAM is less than approximately 10 miles, the time changes to time to go until the missile impacts the target. This is displayed as remaining time and then TTG. The ACT and TTG will be in reference to the last AIM-120 launched. When the target range is 15 miles, launch an AMRAAM by pressing and holding the trigger. If the first does not succeed, try again.
So when the target range is 15 miles, which it is, launch an AMRAAM. Okay, so we're just going to launch it. See ya. Oh my god, that's so far. And we've hit him.
One. Go ahead and lock up the target flying towards you and press spacebar. Don't engage it. If you don't see one on the radar, press the up arrow on the radar to increase its display range.
Up arrow on the radar, there's a few of them. Shoot. Oh, don't shoot. Don't engage. Okay. There's 3 of them. What? Oh, it's ruined. I don't know what it's doing. I can move that. Yeah, I've done the range. Right, okay. And then I think I can't move the plane. That's weird. What if I look on? I've done all these. Oh. For some reason it wants me to keep clicking that button. I think it's just bummed out. Oh. What if we went to the middle one? Okay, he's in the circle. Yeah. 25 range. Go ahead and lock up on the target flying towards you. Press the spacebar. Oh.
Take a look at the
Ah,
air-to-air
duh.
radar
I
format
should really
on the
read,
right
shouldn't I?
DDI. You'll note that much of the information on the HUD is duplicated there and includes an ASC circle, shoot cue, steering dot, and range indication as along the azimuth steering line to the target. The locked target has the antenna azimuth line running through it and has its speed as Mach to the left and its altitude to the right. The Rmax, Rne, and Rmin are displayed along the antenna azimuth line. When the AMRAM is launched, a triangular fly-out symbols appears on the azimuth steering line and travels to the target. Once the missile seeker is active, an A appears below the fly-out symbol. To break a lock, press the undesignated button on the stick or press S. Press spacebar to continue. As noted earlier, you can also use the AMRAM with no radar lock. Termed visual mode, simply fly to place a target within 10 miles inside the HUD reticle and launch the missile. The AMRAM will go after the first target it detects, hostile or friendly. Practice using the AIM-120 against the remaining drones and press escape when you wish to end the lesson.
What am I doing? Practice using it against the remaining drones. Okay. So actually what we need to do is lock on to... Oh, I've lost the drones. Where have they gone? That one up there. I'll try and do another one. Oh, that's because that's at 10, 20, 80, 160. Oh. Let's do 40. Surely that was another one. Why can't I? Why's that not being picked up? Seriously, man. Let's see if we can go right by it. Ah, here we go. So there's one in front just there. That's right. So we're locked onto that. It's got an arrow. It's asking me to go down here. That is the one that we're looking for. And it's just lost its lock. And it's reset that back to 5. I was doing good then. So we're locked. And it's gone back again. So that's a bit weird. Let's slow down because we're catching this bad boy up a little bit too much. Oh, it's saying shoot. We've shot. Yeah, you are dead. See ya. See him then. Can't see, can't see. Yeah. It's so cool. Right, so that's good. Escape to end the lesson. So that's a good lesson. I quite like that. That is pretty neat. There's another one just in front of us. So what we'll do is we'll increase these. Let's see if we can get another one. Why is it not picking it up though? That's what I don't get. So that should be being picked up. Because it is right there. Oh, it's right there, that's why. So it's actually there. We've got lock. That's actually for the one behind it. And then we've lost it again. Right, but which one's that one? Which one is it not picking up there? Right, so there's definitely one there. And the target is actually over that way. It keeps losing it. Right, let's keep there. Shoot! That is so cool. Has it picked it up? Has it got it yet? Maybe the range. Oh no, damaged it. Destroyed. Down it goes. That is so cool because that was really far away as well. The next one is over there, I think. Let's have a look at the time. Time check. Oh, 8:15. I'm meant to be meeting someone. Right. What I am gonna do. I quite like that. Quite like that. I want to do another one, but that one should be right there. But there should be one. Okay, so we've got one. We had one. Oh, no, it's still there. Oh, this one wants to play silly beggars. What if I just go rogue and just shoot it? That's so cool. Through the smoke. Ooh. Going down. Going down. God, he's got a long way to go. If he's going down to the ocean. God, the graphics are really cool on this game. I do like it. Right, so that was good. So we're good on that. I quite like that one. Congratulations, you've been awarded a medal. That is good. Air to ground gun. Right. I kind of want to do. No, let's do the gun. Let's work through it. What I will try and do, I don't know how well this is going to look or what it's going to be like, but what I do want to try and do is I'm going to set up my stream software for Call of Duty just for the fun of it. Hopefully this is a quite short lesson. It's only shooting something on the ground, so it can't be that bad. Right, so what's the deal? What's the deal? Situation. Okay, we're going to use the cannon against the ground targets mount on the nose. Can be loaded up with a load of rounds. Yep, so I've done the guns before. And we're basically getting a gas.
Welcome to this training lesson on use of the Hornet's M61A2 20mm cannon against ground targets. Mounted in the nose of the aircraft, it can be loaded with up to 578 rounds and has a firing rate of either 4,000 rounds or 6,000 rounds per minute. When you need precise fire against unarmed or lightly armed targets, the gun can be a great
I've
choice.
done air to air.
I currently have the lesson paused so we can talk about the gun system in AG use.
Okay.
Press spacebar to continue.
I'm ready.
Confirm that the master arm switch is already set to ARM
It's
and set the
definitely
master mode to AG for air to ground or press 2. On
Oh,
the left DDI, we see that we have 578 rounds loaded. Master arm switch is set to ARM
where do
and
we see
that
that?
we have a clean aircraft.
On the left DDR, we
Next
see
to push button
579.
11, we have the
Oh,
AG
yeah,
gun
that's so-
selection. Go ahead and press it.
Press the gun.
We are now looking at the AG gun
Oh.
format page on the left DDI. On this
Okay.
page, we can select the gun mode, round type selection, rate of fire, and UFC entry for manual.
So you got your rate of fire here.
Along
What
the left
types of
side of
bullets?
the page, we see that we have mode options of continuously computed impact point or CCIP and manual or man mode. CCIP is boxed, indicated it is the active mode. We'll come back to this soon. Below the mode selection on push buttons 1 and 2 are selections for either M50 or PBU-28 gun rounds. The selection here should match what was selected for the aircraft in the mission editor. You can keep this as is. Along the bottom left of the page are selections for a high rate of fire of 6,000 rounds per minute or a low rate of fire of 4,000 rounds per minute. Note that gun is boxed with a ready indication in the top right portion of the page, meaning the gun will fire when you pull the trigger. Press
Nice.
spacebar to continue. Let's shift our look to the HUD now, which is in AG gun CCIP mode. The most important element of the AG gun HUD is the CCIP gun reticle near the center of the HUD. When showing valid range, it acts as a death dot. You simply fly to place the Pipper over the target and fire when the Rngq is displayed. Surrounding the Pipper dot
Oh,
is a
this is a bit
50
much
mil
for me.
reticle composed of tick marks, each representing 1,000 feet of slant range. As you get closer to the target, a range tape will unwind counterclockwise around the reticle from 23,000 feet to 0 feet. Inscribed inside the reticle will be a line that indicates the current range to the spot under the reticle Pipper. Inscribed outside the aiming reticle is the AG gun maximum range. When the current range line is less than the maximum range Q, the in range will be displayed, and you can fire the gun with great accuracy. Press spacebar to continue.
I'm just catching up on that. AG gun range. Okay. So we got the CCIP, which is that. Okay, so there's a couple of things there. When the current range line is less than the maximum range Q, the range will display. You can fire the gun with great accuracy. Okay, let's
Also on the AG gun HUD is a horizontal bar with what appears to be upturned wings on the end. This is the pull-up cue, and this is there to advise you of potential ground collision. It is not a weapon fragmentation warning. When the velocity vector is below the pull-up cue, the brake X will appear on the HUD. Along the right side of the HUD is your selected AG gun mode. In this case, CCIP and the selected weapon and number of rounds remaining.
boom.
Okay, too much talk, not enough Bert. Let's try this out and then we'll talk about the manual mode. Press spacebar to unpause and kill some helpless trucks.
Yeah, man.
Ahead of you at waypoint 1 is a group of target trucks in the center of an abandoned airfield. The targets are also marked with a gate and red smoke, impossible to miss. As you get closer to the target group, descend on the target and place the CCIP gun Pipper over one of the trucks and squeeze the trigger to fire the gun. Once you've destroyed one, we'll discuss manual mode.
Let's destroy something. Come on.
Altitude. Altitude.
Oh. Bit freezy there. How can I see? I can't see any trucks. Oh, there's a truck.
Good job, Rngq. When you're ready to talk about the AG gun in manual mode, level your wings and press spacebar.
Okay, level the wings. Let's just get up in the air a little bit more. And press Spacebar.
I've repaused the mission so we can discuss AG Gun in manual mode. If you are not already there, go back to the AG Gun format page on the left DDI.
I'm already
Press
there.
Spacebar when ready to continue.
Am I already there? Oh, yeah, because you're going to go manual.
First, select manual mode by pressing push button 4 on the left DDI.
Please pick it up. Come on.
Most of this will look the same from the CCIP mode, but we now have a UFC legend next to push button 14. Go ahead and press it. We will now enter a milliradians or mils setting for the fixed gun sight on the HUD. You can use a manual mil setting sight, much like a fixed World War II bombing sight, or what you find on older aircraft like the F-5E. On the top option select window, RTCL is displayed, short for Reticle. Press the option select button to the left to select it. When selected, a colon will appear to the left of RTCL. Now use the UFC keypad to enter a mil value between 0 and 270 and press enter. Try 10. Upon doing so, the AG gun reticle and Pipper will be adjusted to a fixed location on the HUD. The AG gun mode and mil setting will be displayed on the right side of the HUD, and the mil setting will appear to the right of the RTCL indication on the AG gun format page. Press spacebar when ready to unpause the lesson and try this out. Press escape when you are ready to end the lesson.
Oh, okay. Is that it? Let's go back and try and kill some bitches. Let's kill these. Getting up to 5 Gs around this bandit. Yeah. Let's slow it down a touch. It would help if I knew where they were. Oh look, it's still highlighted it for me. Wonderful. Right, so we're getting close. And you see any more trucks anywhere? I'm out of bullets. I managed to get one. Shut up about my altitude. I want to go this low. Right, so that was fun. So let's quit that one. So yeah, okay. So that's just manual guns. It's useful. Okay. Right, so that was fun. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna set up another stream, and I'm probably gonna see if I can stream a bit of COD. Just have a little bit of time on COD, but yeah, cool. If this is the only one you've caught up on or you're watching, then thanks for joining, and yeah, I'll see you on the next stream. Oh, hello. It won't always be DCS, but I'm kind of enjoying it at the minute, so I'm just picking this up and running with it. But yeah. Cheers all. I'll see you in a minute if you rejoin. Thank you.